What's going on, guys? In this one, 7 things the New York Jets must do to complete their offseason. Let's go.
Hold up.
I appreciate you guys stopping in today. So first things first, in the comments below, is there an individual player or position of need that you really want the Jets to address first? Drop those names or positions down in the comments below. I want to give you my 7 steps right now. Step number 1, re-sign Quan Alexander. Let's keep it simple. There's some guys I like. Miles Jack has been released. I like Drew Tranquill from the Chargers, but Quan Alexander was solid, durable, steady last year. And even if you give him a significant pay increase from his 2022 salary, which was just over $1 million, triple it. Give Quan Alexander a 1-year, $3-4 million deal, and let's bring him back in green and white. We have our primary linebackers in the 4-2-5, which is what we run most of the time, in CJ Mosley and Quincy Williams. Quan Alexander, honestly, probably better in coverage than both of them. I'd like to see Quan Alexander back for some depth in the linebacker room. Step number 2, we have to acquire a starting center. Now, I really like Ryan Kelly, 3-time Pro Bowler, reportedly available for trade from the Indianapolis Colts. Now, you got to give up assets, and his contract is pretty prohibitive. It's costly. I think he'd be a significant upgrade over Connor McGovern, though, particularly in pass pro. McGovern's been solid in the run game, but Ryan Kelly over the last 3 years gives up a pressure rate 40% less pressures than Connor McGovern has. So that'd be a massive upgrade. But if they have to bring back Connor McGovern for a pay decrease of what he had last year, if you look at how the center market is going and then draft a center in the mid rounds, I could live with that too. Step number 3, I think the Jets should save the $8 million off the cap by releasing safety Jordan Whitehead and replacing him with more of a true free safety. I like Jordan Whitehead. Young, durable, made some big hits, but now if you have him and Chuck Clark as your starting safety tandem, you're really leaving a lot to be desired in terms of coverage. So guys like Julian Love of the New York Giants or Adrian Amos, former Green Bay Packer, right? Amos, I like, 29 years old, had kind of a down year last year, but before that had 4 or 5 straight seasons of being a solid above average starting free safety in this league. Step number 4, the New York Jets need to add a veteran to the running back room. Kareem Hunt is probably the biggest name on the running back market left, him and Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott he's not even washed. He's dry cleaned. If they want to bring him in for a vet minimum as for goal line packages until Breece is healthy, maybe. But for right now, no thank you on Ezekiel Elliott. Kareem Hunt, well, the Jets were interested after Breece got injured last year. They inquired about a trade. It was too pricey. Now that he's a free agent, I assume they're interested again. But Kareem Hunt, if I'm picking and choosing, maybe he wants to go somewhere where he can be more of a featured back. Obviously, he played second fiddle to Nick Chubb. And then when Breece Hall is back, the moment he's healthy, fully ready to go, he's running back 1, no doubt about it. I don't know if Kareem Hunt would want to sign up for another role as a surefire running back 2. A guy I really like who's not a very flashy name is Devin Singletary of the Buffalo Bills. I know he's trash. Well, I don't know how you're trash and you get 4.7 yards per carry behind a bad offensive line and your career averages are 750 yards per season and throwing in 33 catches. We don't need to add another elite running back 1 and pay another guy to play that role. We have Breece Hall. It's probably going to be a little bit until he rounds into form, but we do need to add a veteran body to that room. And I think a guy like Singletary, who has a similar skill set to Michael Carter, could be a nice fit. Step number 5, the Jets need to add multiple defensive tackles. They did re-sign Solomon Thomas for a deal worth up to $4 million, but right now it is just Quinnen and Solly Thomas on the roster with Tanzel Smart, who is a practice squad level player before, but I think they need to add 2 bodies in free agency. Some names I like. I like Calais Campbell, who is a little long in the tooth. He's 36, but he had 5 sacks last year. Hey, we couldn't block him week 1. I remember that. Now he can do a little inside-outside. He's been a Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate, high character. I like Calais Campbell, obviously becoming on a 1-year deal, probably pretty affordable. I like Poona Ford, defensive tackle from the Seattle Seahawks. Guy's 5'11", 316 pounds. He's like a bowling ball. Really solid. I think he could replace Sheldon Rankins. You're not going to get the sack production. He had 3 sacks last year, but he's better against the run than Sheldon, and he'd be fine next to Quinnen. He'd be a fine player. And then a guy that the Jets were also interested in 2 times last year. They tried to sign Linval Joseph. It didn't end up working out. Maybe the 3rd time's the charm with Joseph, another veteran, and he is a 2-gapper, a man-eater. the Jets maybe one of these days will sign the defensive tackle who is better against the run than they are at rushing the passer. I understand the Robert Saleh defense. You want everybody able to go and pin their ears back and get after it, create pressure with 4. I get that, but we can have one guy who just plays 30% of the snaps who's stout against the run, and I think that Linval could play that role. And by the way, if you're still here, if you want to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new, that'd be cool. Finally, step number 7. The New York Jets need to figure out a way to finish the deal acquiring Aaron Rodgers and keep pick 13. I know all the talk about leverage, what it's going to cost, this, that. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's more than reasonable that the Jets could swing a package that is fair and allow them to keep pick 13. And with pick 13, they need to still prioritize offensive tackle. The Duane Brown coming back to me does not impact that 13th pick whatsoever. Does not. You still need to be offensive tackle priority number 1, 2, and 3 at that selection. Now, if somebody falls and you get the best player in the draft and Jalen Carter, you got to, okay, I understand it. Stuff happens, but the plan to me should be offensive tackle. Duane Brown is 38 going on 39 years old. Mekhi Becton, I know it's Mekhi Becton revenge season. I'm rooting for that, but just plain as day, Mekhi Becton has played 48 snaps for the New York Jets in the last 800 days. That really puts it in perspective. Max Mitchell has a medical condition. So let's say Duane Brown returns to Pro Bowl form. Mekhi Becton's out there mauling people. Max Mitchell is healthy. And now you have a 13th overall pick that's a swing tackle. So be it. So be it. Then that 13th overall pick gets to groom and grow. And they replace Duane Brown next year. And you don't have to keep starting rookies. That's fine. When it's a premium position like left tackle, you could take a 13th overall pick and they can be a pricey swing tackle. Best case scenario, year 1. I could live with that. Hey, Aaron Rodgers wants to be a New York Jet. I lost my mind yesterday. Went on a pretty hilarious rant. If you want to check that out down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk ball soon.